back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. So sorry for the late post. Yeah, I've been feeling quite a bit lazy to do a video, and on top of that I've been just a little busy at the same time. So yeah, let's get into it. So today's video is stemming from a conversation that I had with one of my friend's father. So it's in terms of he wanted to know about wills. So in my opinion, from a scale of 1 to 10, how important is a will? It's definitely a 10 for me. I feel everybody should draft up a will. Frankly speaking, leaving a will is very important. I know most people don't see it as important when they're alive, but honestly speaking, it's very, very important for somebody to leave a will, because at the same time you're leaving instructions on how your estate should be dealt with and which one of your dependents, beneficiaries, family members, children get to benefit from your estate. So the funniest thing that I've heard is why people kind of struggle to draft a will. So this one I heard from my uncle. So they're more afraid of what if I die, or what if somebody kills me after knowing that I'm already drafting a will and they kill me to get my too much ID, that we start to think whenever we draft a will somebody is going to eliminate us because of your estate. No, that's not the case. It's important because if you die without a will, what you're doing is your children, your spouse, the people that you take care of, you are leaving the responsibility of how your estate is going to be dealt with and how those people are going to benefit in the hands of the law. I'm saying this in the sense that, don't get me wrong, the law is very good. I'm saying it in the sense that in intestacy, there are only 4 categories of beneficiaries, which is your spouse, your children, your dependents, your parents. So there are certain people that will not benefit from your estate. Say you have grandchildren and whatnot. As long as those 4 categories are there, those near relatives basically will not benefit from your estate. So it's very important for somebody to be able to leave down instructions, letting their families know to say, this is what I want to go to this one, this is what I want to go to that person, and this is how I want this certain extent of my estate to be dealt with. If it's going to be in trust, if you have shares in a company and whatnot, if you have cars, you've got a resort, you've got what do people own these days? Yeah, you've got land, who knows where else your estate is. And also for people that like to hide their property, that like to hide some of their assets, you end up putting a certain asset in somebody's name. Nobody but you knows that you put that asset in somebody else's name. So when the law comes to look in, it's, but this document is in so and so's name. So at the end of the day, how does it form part of this person's estate if it's in this person's name? It's not this person's property and it can't form part of the estate. So it's really, really, really important for people to be able to leave down a will. And don't get me wrong, a will can definitely be challenged. It's not that a will cannot be challenged, it can be challenged, because obviously with every legal document there are rules to how it should be prepared, there are rules to how it should be drafted, more or less. And at the end of the day, you don't want to put unreasonable provisions in your will as well. So obviously, as much as a testator is given the freedom to leave instructions, they still have to be reasonable instructions to which the law will come and guide to say, okay, this is the last living testament of this person, this is what their instructions are, and the law will give guidance as well, and equally protect your beneficiaries, your, what do they call them? Yeah, your beneficiaries, the people that benefit from your estate. So don't get me wrong, definitely a will can be challenged, but For me, I feel it's a more convenient way to have your estate dealt with, because in most cases, when somebody dies without a will, you deal with situations where an administrator who is probably a far relative comes in to handle an estate of, say, their cousin, and yeah, their cousin, or maybe let's say the administrator who comes in is like a brother to the deceased person, and next thing you know, these children that were left with no mother, say the spouse is late, were left with no mother, the only surviving person was their father, and now their father has died, and their father's brother comes in to say, I'm going to administer this my late brother's estate, and next thing you know, this person has disposed of all the assets that the beneficiaries are entitled to, and these kids are left with nothing of their parents, nothing of their father per se. And yeah, and you just see so many situations of estates being mishandled by people who shouldn't be handling the estate, because it's in the sense of, no, this person were related, and not knowing exactly what the law says in terms of who should be an administrator, who has the right to be an administrator. I'll say the right, yes, because at the end of the day, it's the person who has the most interest to gain from that estate of the deceased person. So who has that interest to administer the estate? Usually it's somebody who's not even a beneficiary that will come and administer the estate, and you find this estate will end up being wasted away, and maybe some beneficiaries not getting what they are entitled to under that estate. So, and this is in terms of, there have been many situations, including some that my friends have actually experienced this, where their uncles literally sold off everything that their parents left for them, and they were left with nothing in job. And these people are put in a situation where you went from going to good schools, but now you have to go, you're barely making it to school. Like literally they have to chase you from school to be able to pay school fees, which is a very, very sad situation. So I feel it's very important for people to draft a will, leave instructions, tell people how you want your estate to be administered. And also another thing is, it's okay, maybe I'll get back to that one later on. But yeah, so leave instructions, let people know how you want your estate to be dealt with when you are no more. Write it down, and please go and consult a lawyer. Let them know these are my plans, these are my thoughts. I want to leave a will behind. How do I go about it? Please don't go and do a solo thing where you draft your own will without even knowing how this document is supposed to be drafted, without even knowing whether it's legally binding, because like I said, a will can be challenged. So it is very, very important for you to go and get advice. Go and consult about it. Truly consult about it. But lately I make it a point to tell people, to educate people, please leave a will, leave instructions, bequeath your property to the people that you want to receive the property, because as we know, we'll have kids all over the shore, we have grandchildren, and sometimes maybe all our kids pass away, and the only people that we have are our grandkids. So please leave a will so that you don't leave anybody out. You make sure that the people that you're already taking care of right now are being taken care of by your estate when the time comes and you're no more. And yeah, guys, yeah. So it's, for me, I feel right now, in the age that we're living in, probably even in the previous age, yeah. So I feel it's very important for people to leave a will behind, because honestly speaking, when somebody dies without a will, so many things creep up. Like, so many things creep up, even things you don't even expect to creep up. And it's not usually the easiest thing to do, because obviously, you know, when somebody dies without a will, and with the way intestacy is before you can, when somebody just has an estate generally, so before you can start giving the gifts to the people and whatnot, the job of the personal representative is to clear all the liabilities of the person. So if this person left debt, if this person left a mortgage, if this person left loans, yeah. So the job of that personal representative is to make sure that they actually pay those things off. So they clear all the creditors before they can even get to the beneficiaries, to get to the spouse, children, parents, yeah, dependents. So before they can even get to those people, they need to make sure that all the debts of the estate are cleared. So it is very important for somebody to leave instructions, because at the end of the day, the only person who knows what debt you're in is yourself. When you die, people are now going to start saying, okay, Nishinga Washile, like, what did this person leave? Is he owing people any money and whatnot? And also, it makes it easier for the person or representative to be able to do their job, because you would have left instructions. You know your estate, you know the things that you do, you know the business that you handle. So this person will only be relying on the instructions that you've left behind, because that is your business. So they'll be able to do their job well and effectively, because you left down instructions on how you want this estate to be handled, how you want those debts to be paid, and whatever remains, how those gifts should go to your beneficiaries, basically, how they should go to all the people that you're going to leave them to. So truly and honestly, leaving a will is very important, and please do consult your nearest lawyer or your furthest lawyer. But yeah, do get legal advice on it and find out how you can go about it. I know most of the times when we're still enjoying life and whatnot, we really don't see the importance of it. And most people really don't, or they probably think, okay, I still have time to actually draft this document, but we're living on borrowed time, so you never really know exactly when you would die. I mean, with COVID, so many people did not expect to die, but life happened, and you know, God is God. When it's time, he'll just say, no, it's time. So it's very important to leave all your affairs in order. Very important for you to make sure that your loved ones are taken care of when you're not here, because definitely there'll be a day that you will not be here. I mean, all of us at some point are going to have to die, but at least if we're going to die, let's prepare for that moment by making sure that our loved ones, the people that we care about, are taken care of, in terms of how we deal with our estate, in terms of how we distribute everything, and so that when we die, there's really no confusion on how things should be done concerning your estate. Yeah, so please consult legal counsel, please consult your attorney, ask for legal advice. How do I go about it? In what instances can a will, if I do draft a will, what do I need? And what are the instances that a will can be revoked? So at the end of the day, your mind is equally prepared to say, okay, as I'm drafting these documents, these are also the reasons that could cause this document to be challenged in court. So your mind will be well prepared on how best to go about drafting a will. Yeah, so let's not leave our estates to chance. Let's take care of our people by leaving behind a will. Yeah, so basically today I just thought, let me share on that one, because I think really we need to educate more people about it. It's something that should be done. It's something probably that has been ignored for a very long time, and it's something that we just overthink. We always think somebody's just going to kill us when we draft a will, or if we draft a will it means we're dying. No, just because you draft a will doesn't mean you're going to die. It means that you are actually thinking about the well-being of the people that you take care of, which is very vital in this time. Yeah, so please think on it, ponder on it. Nobody's trying to assassinate you. And yeah, another thing that people would ask is, okay, so if I draft this will, where do I leave it and whatnot? So you could leave it with your lawyer, the person who's going to help you navigate this process as you start this journey. The person who's going to help you navigate this, you could leave it with that person. You could put it in a bank, you could put it in a safe. I mean, because at the end of the day, that, okay, let me leave it with somebody. I trust that when the time comes and I'm no longer there, this person is going to bring this to the attention of the people that I take care of. Yeah, so pretty much that's it. I think let's definitely be a generation that thinks about these things, that thinks about the future, that thinks about the well-being of the people that we take care of, and a generation that just doesn't leave everything to chance. Yeah, some things you can leave to chance, but certain things, really and truly, it's very important that they're handled while you're still alive. So yeah, draft a will, consult your attorney, and I'm sure they'll give you everything that you need to be able to get this journey done. And trust me, you won't regret it. It's really, 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 really sad to see a situation where somebody dies without a will. They die interstate, and their family is seated in your office and they're telling you, okay, this is what this person left. How do we navigate through it? And who are the people who benefit from this estate? And you literally tell them what the law says, the Zambian law says. You tell them, this is what Zambian law says. And for some, it's heartbreaking because you find the only surviving relatives don't benefit from this person's estate, and the people that benefit in some situations are not relatives but happen to be dependent, happened to be dependents of this person at the time that they were dying. So it brings about a situation where this person is gone. The law says the only surviving relatives cannot benefit, because I mean, we're talking about a law that was drafted a while ago, so it still needs to be worked on. So it's telling you who are the last surviving relatives, you don't get anything from this person's estate, but the people that get to benefit are the strangers that this person took care of. So it's a really, really painful situation in some circumstances. So, and at the end of the day, you feel bad because you don't know how to help. It's the law. The law is the law, because if this surviving relative says, no, I'm getting everything, that would be illegal, because then you're depriving this person who's legally entitled to benefit. So it's a very, very, very tricky situation. So it's really, really important for people to leave a will, write a will. You know yourselves better. You know the business that you're doing. You know the people that you're taking care of. You know your family. So please do consult a lawyer. And yeah, start thinking about drafting a will. It doesn't mean you're dying tomorrow. It doesn't mean you're dying today, but definitely do consider it. I'm pretty sure you will not regret it. Trust me, you will not regret it. And even your family, your dependents, beneficiaries, yeah, they will all appreciate that you actually took the time to leave something to each and every one of them to make sure that they were all taken care of. Yeah, so until next time, stay tuned into this channel, and if you haven't liked or subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And yeah, we'll continue to bring you more content, various content. I will try not to feel as lazy sometimes, but yeah, thank you for watching.